Welcome to another edition of Controversies of the Day with Logan Jay. Logan, my producer, our producer. Logan, he is a producer extraordinaire. Someday I'll get him back in front of the camera again. But anyway, till then, hey, I hope everybody's doing well as we are in September here. We're looking at a government shutdown. But hey, the stock market just hit record highs the other day. I don't get it. It's crazy. Gold still up near record highs. So many crazy things happening here, folks. And the Charlie Kirk thing. I mean, there's so much to talk about with Charlie Kirk. And of course, we've got the falling credit scores, which scare the heck out of me. We had so much public debt. Oh, man. So much crazy stuff going on. And always in the back of my head, Avi Loeb, he's a Harvard professor. Again, Harvard, people. Harvard. Okay, if you think I'm just some goofball, hey, maybe I am. But Avi, he's got some credentials if you want to believe that stuff. And, he thinks perhaps extraterrestrials in the form or disguising themselves as some sort of asteroid or something. They may be coming. They're on their way here. I don't know. Avi, you're kind of a crazy guy. You right, Avi? I don't know. We'll see. Yes. So, if Avi Loeb is right and the aliens are coming by November, it'll be a November to remember. I don't know. I'm of two different schools of thought. One, I'm looking at America, people are going so deep in debt privately, and then the public debt with the government. All these things, I think, oh, come on, we got to get our house in order. And then, the aliens are coming. It's probably going to be a game changer, right? I mean, who knows, right? So I know some of you are laughing, you're snickering, you don't believe in aliens, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, I do, but I don't know if Avi Loeb is right. I don't know if they're really coming here by late October, maybe Thanksgiving in November. I don't know, but a lot of things coming up in November. We'll be getting into that in the weeks to come here, and so it should be a very interesting thing. One of the things going on, as we are filming this is the morning that they're going to have a big memorial in Arizona for Charlie Kirk. He was residing out there. He's originally from the Chicagoland area, Arlington Heights, Illinois area. Spent some time in both locations, as a matter of fact, in my life. So this is it's a sad day for the people that, really enjoyed Charlie, were fans of Charlie and whatnot. But, as usual, folks, when these weird and horrible things happen, there's all this weird stuff. Okay, I didn't create the weird stuff. Don't hate the messenger. I just can't stop talking about it, and neither can the podcast world. I mean, a guy I used to listen to on the radio, and he's still out there trying to be relevant. I don't know how old he is. He's got to be getting close to 80. You talk about Michael Savage, Michael Weiner, the real name Weiner, no, this is his real name. Look it up. And then he's out there. You got Candace, you got Tucker, you got some guy named Malcolm. Oh, and then you got the little theater kid Nick and Berwin there in the basement, and they're all talking all this crazy talk. I mean, what is real, folks? I don't claim to know. Okay, if you know, I'd love to hear your views and comments. And below, please hit like and subscribe. Of course, as always, no, I'm not wrapping anything up. I'm just saying, let me know what you think. There's so many different things out there. What is internet poppycock? And what are real questions? So many different things. Is this person that they have charged, is this guy the real assassin? Is this guy the real one? Were there other people involved? What's with the weird hand signal thing? Looks like it's a baseball guy on third base. I mean, everybody's looking at that. That's weird. So many things are weird. Somebody said there should have been more blood splattered all over the place, but there's so many just strange things. You don't want to be macabre or weird here, but just weird stuff. And then Candace Owens doesn't do this video about somebody she knew from Turning Point. She shows the video. The guy is taking down a camera, which was above and behind Charlie Kirk. And I mean, supposedly it's been given to law enforcement, I assume, I hope. And then what about this Zinn guy? I mean, this guy, talk about going down a rabbit hole, folks. This Zinn guy, he got some weird past himself. And I mean, and he should be behind bars because did he aid and abet a murder? I'm serious, because providing some distraction so the actual assassin could get away. I mean, I don't know. It's what it sort of appears to be. Or did he also obstruct justice because he caused this diversion here? I mean, this guy should be charged with all kinds of things, and we should definitely get some information out of him. You would think, right? So then you get go to all these other crazy places. I mean, did Charlie Kirk fake his death? I am totally intrigued with that concept. I've shared that with you on past shows. You know, you've heard the ones, people have heard the ones about Elvis, that maybe he faked his death. I don't know. But they are very fun and intriguing stories. You know, weird things like the singer from The Doors, Jim Morrison, and they didn't let the band members come to the funeral in, what was it, in Paris, France, or something like that. A lot of weird stuff with different people over the years. Even JFK. Some people wonder if, you know, if it was actually somebody else, you know, a double, so to speak, who actually got killed that day in Dallas, Texas. So this topic, it's been around for a long time. Was Charlie Kirk under a real threat, and so he thought he was going to fake his death? I mean, if you like Charlie, and obviously his family and friends, I'm sure they all wish he did fake his death. But I don't know, and I don't mean any disrespect to any of them. It's just bizarre. There's a lot of bizarre things going on there. The whole thing with the shooter taking apart a gun and then putting a gun back together. I mean, okay, I'm an idiot, folks, right? But if you got a rifle and say you're going to break it down to 3 different parts, and then you have to hide the thing, I don't know why would you put it back together and then hide it in the woods? Wouldn't you hide it in at least 3 different spots? I don't know. The whole thing is just nuts. And then so many strange things about the whole thing. And then you have all these characters, of course, in the podcast world. I mentioned Candace, Nick, Tucker, Malcolm, Michael Savage. They're all calling BS to the whole situation. Some crazy stuff going on about one of the big men in finance, Bill Ackman, is saying that, you know, he had some dinner with a bunch of people in the Hamptons, and Charlie Kirk was there, and there's people insinuating that they pressured him to stop being so critical of Israel. I mean, I don't know, folks. It sounds nutty. And then you got some really wacky stuff. You got people claiming that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli leader, that he was trying to invite Charlie Kirk to come to Israel. Now that's interesting, and you know, maybe there's a lot of people. I know people in our government, past and you know, have gone to Israel, sure, but Charlie wasn't a part of the government. So I would just love to know if any of you know. I mean, like for example, Sean Hannity or Bill O'Reilly over the years. Did any of them ever get invited by, you know, the president or prime minister, you know, of Israel? You know, come on over. I mean, maybe they have. And I just, you know. I just found that interesting. When Rush Limbaugh was alive, did he ever get invited over to come to Israel? Maybe he did. Maybe it's things I don't know. But I found that was a little bit odd and weird. Then there's this crazy accusation, again, allegedly, and an accusation I'm not saying is true. Personally, I would need proof that Israel was offering Charlie Figure, let's see, $1 million is what? $1 million is 7 figures? So 10 million would be 8 figures? He was offered 9 figures, allegedly. Again, this sounds just cuckoo, and I need verification on this. Don't just believe something because some idiot on the internet throws it out there. But 9 figures to not criticize Israel so much? And supposedly Charlie wouldn't take that. So again, this is what other people are putting out there. You know, some of this, until proven otherwise, I got to say this is internet poppycock. But then some of it, folks, is just freaking weird. It's just strange. And again, maybe we're going to make sense of this. Maybe the FBI can make sense of it, and we can get to some real truth here and find out what the hell is actually going on here. And meanwhile, I don't know. I mean, Kash Patel. What do you think about Kash? You think he's doing a good job? I mean, he just he was grilled recently by Congress. Did you see that? Talk about political theater. Oh my God, insane to the membrane. I mean, some people think pro wrestling is just pro wrestling. There's a lot of things in the world that are very much like pro wrestling in their own individual way. So, no physicality involved, but my goodness, some of these Democrat leaders in the Senate and the House, they're really going after Kash about Epstein. And some Republicans were giving a little heck too. Thomas Massie, I thought, handled himself very well and asked some very good question of Kash Patel, the FBI director. So it was very interesting. But if you want to watch some high theater there, it's amazing. And what's creepy to me, though, and I don't know what the answer is, but they both seem to be covering up. I mean, the Dems are putting on this big show, but of course they had their guy in the White House for 4 years. So if they really wanted to dig some stuff up, they could have done that. And then Cash, he seems way too defensive, like he's covering up for somebody or somebody's, and it's just odd. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it just makes you wonder, is this all theater? Was this all theater? Was this all, they each can act like they hate each other, but they can't go too far one way or the other because they each got people on their, so-called political teams who may have something to lose here. In other words, mutual assured destruction, MAD, as they used to call about nuclear war. Is that really what we saw there? I mean, they were, it was funny. They were ripping at each other pretty harshly. But again, was it just entertainment? Was it just the theater, political theater? I don't know. We're going to see. We're in interesting times, folks. Stay tuned. The Controversies of the Day with Logan and Jay, as we hopefully are going to be one of the best things in the podcasting world, in the internet world. We'll do our best to bring these things up to you and at least talk to you about all the different angles that we're going on. And if we have a strong opinion on something, we think we can prove something, we're going to lay it all out for you as well. But hey, a lot of things going on here. Charlie Kirk, may he rest in peace, assuming that he's actually dead. God bless America. God bless America. Let's all stay cool. Let's stay classy. Let's stay calm, folks. Lots of crazy things to come. Take care. Have a good day.